That would be Chip Kelly.
That is correct. Is San Francisco the new Cleveland of the world? I'm not exactly sure. As many folks of you know, being stuck in Cleveland is kind of like death without the advantages. But we'll see what happens with San Francisco. And I feel bad, Matt, when I wrote this game, I forgot that you were an avid Cleveland Browns fan. So my apologies and my condolences to your sports fandom as a whole. So
yeah, that hurts, Baxter. I don't appreciate that.
I'm sorry, Matt. I hope you won't give us a bad review. Here is your next quote, sir.
I'm looking forward to skiing a little bit. I've never been skiing before.
That was Kobe Bryant talking about his plans after he does what at the end of the season?
He retires from the NBA.
That is correct. Nicely done. Kobe also mentioned going skydiving, surfing, and doing other things. Sounds like pretty much for me every time I go home to Florida. Kobe, if you don't retire, you can just go enjoy life in Florida. It's part of going to Florida. Trust me, you can do it, man. Here is your next quote, Matt.
Guys are just entering their prime, and we're going to be special for a long time.
That was Richard Sherman telling the media that what team will be back and better than ever next season in the NFL?
That would be the Seattle Seahawks.
That is correct. Nicely done. 4-4. Seattle Seahawks once again put together one of the best defenses in the NFL in 2012. Russell Wilson also apparently figured out how to play quarterback, and it's kind of safe to say that this Seattle team could be a dominant force to be reckoned with in 2016. Here, Matt, is your final quote.
How about spin the bottle? Whoever points it gets How about spin the bottle? Whoever it points at gets possession, but still has to kiss the ref.
That was Stephen Colbert's suggestion about how to fix what NFL rule that has gained a lot of attention in recent weeks.
That would be, I believe, NFL overtime.
That is correct. Nicely done. Of all the ideas that I have heard, I like spin the bottle the best, honestly. Folks are still a little upset about the playoff rules, especially after the Arizona Cardinals defeated the Green Bay Packers on the only drive of overtime. Personally, though, I think that the team should revert back to elementary school games to settle ties. Maybe a big game of Duck Duck Goose or Red Rover could really settle the debate, honestly. Game Master Scheibe, how did Matt do on our quiz?
Matt got 5 out of 5. That's a perfect score, and he's a winner.
Nicely done, Matt. Thank you so much for playing, Matt. Absolutely. It'll be in the mail. Thank you so much.
Looks like we're heading to our first break now, but when we come back, our panelists will have their first crack at showcasing their knowledge of this week's sports news. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz on the Sports Quotient, Sports Radio America, and Spreaker.com.
Yes? No? Yes? We can edit out the two little blobs.
Yeah, and I completely forgot to do my thing.
You're fine. We can get that later if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I think we're good, Matt. Thank you so much.
Sure.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right. Well, we'll be in contact about if you can when we hang up. If you can text me your address. That way, I can send you a shirt. That'd be fantastic.
Okay, will do.
Awesome. Thank you again. Nicely done.
All right, thanks. See
Yeah.
ya.
Bye.
Sounds really good. Eric, do we have a link to that?
Why did you bring it? I'm trying to search it.
It was 6:30.
Oh,
So I didn't have a chance to do one. So we didn't say anything.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Usually in that
First game, we're not. Whatever. If it happens, it happens. Great. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Don't want to force it.
What we try to do too is, especially more so during your guys' section, when we ask you questions, we look for banter in between questions, whether it's either related to the topic or just something funny, just to stir it along a little
Give me
bit.
a hard
So,
time for not knowing.
exactly. Yeah. If you want to just rag on
Pretty
Connor.
much. When you're on live, you're all going to be live for the most part.
Yeah.
Okay. So just be careful. Be careful you don't clap.
Yeah.
From the face or something like, so it clicked me once or twice. So just be careful with that.
Because the mic is on the phone.
But when we go into this
That way it
section
picks up
now, when
more
it's
of
going
what's
to
going
be
on.
panelists, you guys will be live the whole time. So keep that in mind.
If you search voices,
remember if
we do have something to say.
Yes, and then if you guys do have something to say as a panelist, just a little hand, whatever gestures, that way we know we can go to you because we roll down the script, but we have written in stops if we want to look up and say, hey, I want to say something or I have a comment. So that way we know. That way we don't just stop and look at you like.
Say something.
Yeah.
Like, make me laugh.
I just
Like our
say-
first week, it's like,
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
okay.
The first week, we were all just like, well,
What are we doing?
we're all trying to talk.
I know.
Whoops. All right.
That was a good week.
That was a good week.
Good times. Good times. Pilot episode.
Oh, the good
I remember the pilot episode a month ago.
Pilot.
5 episodes.
Okay. Social folks, director folks, anybody else? Yes, good. Wonderful.
You said you had it out there.
Yeah, well, because he took enough of a break, we had to go back, snap out. Let's go back and redo the opening now.
Okay, good.
So we're gonna go back and redo the first little bit because Josh normally does his little, like, the man who once did whatever, this, that, and the other, like he didn't do his little bit.
That's like your
So-
thing.
Come on.
Exactly. So we're gonna go back and just do broadcasting on the sports quotient. Here's your host, Baxter Colburn, clap, 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 and then we'll probably no. Let's do everything up until match,
Okay.
and then that way, because that's a good breaking point for an editing perspective.
Sure.
Do you want?
Yeah, we'll do the full theme. We'll do it all again, except up until. Actually, no. Let's go up until we do meet your panelists, and then we'll stop there because there's no reason to bring them in for their little. We can copy and.
Copy.
Exactly.
Those are the
And then,
technical terms.
and donate today, and then I'll just say, let's meet our panelists this week. Well, no, I won't even say that. And then just search what's the score and donate today, and then we'll stop there.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Ready, Josh?
Yep.
You know what you're gonna say.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll
I
find
know,
out.
like I looked, like I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. I was like, what? I was like, no, you're not. You're
As
so
soon
much
as I
more
said
than
that, I'm
that.
like, oh, oops.
You're so much
Okay.
more than that. You usually say something witty and make me chuckle. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can stick around. I brought it. So.
What? It's a haircut.
Hair.
Oh, yeah. The winning panelist gets a haircut.
Nice.
No, I need one.
Oh wow, you better win. Stakes are high. All right, let's do it again from the top then, and then we'll stop before we get to the panelists. Beautiful if not live right now. I love it. Okay, make it happen. Is that you? Doing something?
Broadcasting on the Sports Quotient, Sports Radio America, and Spreaker.com, you're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Show. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe, the man who discovered this past week that the I formation is a thing in football, not just in optometry. And unless mine eyes deceive me, we had a couple of birthdays here at What's the Score. One of them was our social media producer, Erica Hill. And the other is your host here at the BLC Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everyone. It's only fair, Josh. Thank you. I wished you a happy birthday a few weeks ago. How nice of you to return the favor.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, sirs. We've got a great show in store for all of you this week. We have another new panelist that we get to introduce to our madness or our excitement, depending on how you view it.
Before we welcome in our first contestant, we'd like to encourage all of you to go check out our social media pages. On Facebook, you can find us at What's the Score, and on Twitter and Instagram at WTS Sports Quiz.
If you'd like to play our games on air, you can email us at WTSSportsQuiz@gmail.com or visit our social media pages and click on the pin post at the top of each page.
If you ever miss a show, you can find it on Spreaker.com, iTunes, Podcasts.com, and now on Stitcher. Just type What's the Score in the search bar and click on the latest episode. Also, if you think this show is worth at least $1, why not donate to our Patreon account? Just search What's the Score and donate today.
Good. Cool. Nice. Okay.
I feel like you should have mentioned that these were on the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what the hell,
details.
John?
If
Yeah,
they ever
okay,
follow us
fine.
on Facebook, they'll know that. So that's their.
But who's older?
I am. I've got a year on her.
I was born earlier in the day though.
It's my birthday on Tuesday.
Ken's birthday's on
He was
Tuesday.
born at 1:34 in the afternoon.
True.
Happy birthday in advance, because I'll forget.
Facebook will remind me.
He was born on 120. He was 21 inches long. He was 7 pounds 7 ounces. And back when I was a teacher at 1:34 in the afternoon was the beginning of my 7th period
I was
class.
fat.
Figure that one out.
So was I.
Mhm.
There are big pictures of it. Oh, I know.
That's a fact. That you
I am
Panelists.
Now I see
questions.
I think
There are a couple
I
of
remember him with Cody. I was there. I was sure you were there. I know it was your higher stuff though.
All right, let's move along.
There
Panelist questions, round number 1.
Yeah, there's like you
Get the
I was doing nothing.
Look at the answer. I'm excited for his first question.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's
No. Well, maybe.
Maybe.
You're setting me up for failure.
Yo, another thing
So
too,
you
you
want
can
me to
ask for a hint.
Yo.
A hint.
You can ask for a hint
Okay.
on a question when you're asked. If you don't know it, because we'd like you to get the point, we'll do everything we can aside from giving you a participation trophy. We want you to try to get it. But
Can I mess these guys up so they don't get the point?
that's up to you.
Okay.
I mean,
Wow, that's
He was a linebacker, so probably not it.
yeah,
But the guy over there with the flash shirt, I think I can take him.
that's
Probably.
accurate. That's accurate. I'd like to see that duel.
Yeah.
All right.
with like.
Come on, flex for him, Connor. I'm monkey.
What?
Sunk.
Yeah, with lights. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Let's make it happen.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. This week, our panelists are Andrew Flagel, Connor Christensen, and Ken Williams. And now, here's your host at the BLC Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, John. Thanks, everyone. Just a reminder for all of you that if you enjoy the show, please tell your friends about us. Who knows? Maybe somebody you know made a New Year's resolution to be a contestant on a weekly sports news quiz show.
It's time now for our panelists to showcase their knowledge about this past week's sports news.
Andrew, we'll start with you, sir. A report came out this week that what San Diego Chargers linebacker might actually have a real girlfriend.
Matt Tateo.
That is correct. Whether or not she actually is a real person, Teo seems to have found a rather attractive girlfriend, or maybe paid off his cousin or sister to pose with him, and they seem to really like each other regardless. But I'll be honest, he is probably the one player, though, in the NFL that I forget is in the NFL, even though he did have all that sex. Oh.
What?
Success.
Hey, Floyd, your slip is showing.
I think he needs more wine.
Wow.
I hope we got that on video.
Baxter, I know it's my first time, but that was not very subtle.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Oh, the beauty of not live
Like
radio.
this.
So we're just
I
gonna
must put that one.
Yeah, we're just
No,
gonna
we're
not-
going with it.
Yeah,
No,
we'll roll with it.
Roll with
Now I
it.
know why Josh locked the door.
I had to think we're thinking about live shows.
People on the outside like, they're doing what? Nothing. Okay, so let's go from.
Hey,
What's the score, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah. Start the whole thing or just
Shut
scrap
it down.
Scrap it all.
I'll ask Andrew this question again. Well, actually, no, Josh will say time now for our panelists to showcase that. Or do you want to do the whole segment again?
Hopefully you do that with me. So
What do you guys do?
It might just be easier to the whole thing.
Well, then,
Yeah,
that's fine. We weren't that far in, so.
All right.
Yeah, stop. Everything you say now.
Go away.
Seriously.
I don't care if this is your place. Go away.
Sorry. I've been.
Turn into who's the score?
What enough about Connor's college football.
Oh!
There it is.
Oh!
All right. And we're back. Let's go.
Oh, and what?
Moving on.
Moving on.
All right. Ready? Let's do this.
Hopefully.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. This week, our panelists are Andrew Flagel, Connor Christensen, and Ken Williams. And now, here's your host at the BLC Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thanks, everyone. Just a reminder for all of you that if you want to play our show on air, why not tell your friends about it as well? But you never know, there might be a friend of yours out there that their New Year's resolution was to be a contestant on a weekly sports news quiz show.
Time now for our panelists to showcase their knowledge about this past week's sports news.
Andrew, question for you right away, sir. A report came out this week that San Diego Chargers linebacker might actually have a real girlfriend.
Straight out of Notre Dame, anti-tail.
That is correct. Whether or not she is actually a real person or not, Teo seems to have found a rather attractive girlfriend, or maybe paid off his cousin or sister to pose with him to make him seem like he really does have some kind of success. I'll be honest, though, he is the one player that I do forget that is in the NFL. But I mean, really, though, when you hear his name, I think, who? And I'm like, oh, the dude that faked that his girlfriend died, got lots of media attention, and now plays for the Chargers. Right. I still don't know who he is.
Ken, you're up next. What NFL player revealed this week that he was a short-term substitute teacher during this last offseason?
Jordy Nelson.
That is correct. Nicely done. As if you needed another reason to love Jordy Nelson. Among his electric play on the field, his great personality. I mean, his Travel Wisconsin commercials are neither here nor there, but he can now add being a great math teacher to his resume as well. Nelson filled in while the original teacher was out receiving cancer treatments as well.
Now, are we sure this really happened? I mean, it was on Facebook. Does that mean it's true?
That's the most reliable. That's how we get everything for the show. So I'm assuming this is all.
I'm talking about Monty Teo. Who knows what's wrong with Jordy?
Connor, question for you, sir.
Oh, goody.
A new exclusive soccer league in Europe is forming for what type of people? Our producer Kurt seems to be giving you a hint.
Oh boy, I don't want to roll with that. Is it for heavy people?
There's another word for that.
Well, obese people?
A different word for that.
I don't
You can say
fat
it.
people.
Yes, fat people. That's correct.
I don't know what's okay.
Nah, you're fine. That's what the name of the article says. The
wow.
article is for fat people. Yes, absolutely. England once again is proving that they can make soccer loved by anyone, regardless of their size, shape, or skill set. American soccer fans are excited about this, though, because as the country that is known for having a lot of obese people, they decided to put together a squad as well to challenge the British in the Fat Cup 2016. And Mr. Scheibe and I have already been asked to do the play-by-play and color commentary for the match as well. So
I can't wait.
I understand they got those airport treadmills on either side of the
Exactly. Instead of like the bike to warm up.
No, just to get them from one side of the field.
Exactly. It's going to be on pulleys the whole way to see what happens.
Well, we're heading to another break, but when we come back, our next contestant will play a new game designed especially for our new recruits. Don't go away. You're listening to What's the Score on Spreaker.com, Sports Radio America, and the Sports Quotient.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. I like that. That was good.
It's 1 point.
Why are you holding out on my point there?
Yeah.
Scheibe to diving.
I still think track 3 was the best.
Track 3 was the best.
I'm sure that's the one where
Oh, I'm sure you know which one track 3 was.
Oh, you know what? Let's not talk about track 3. You're just going to label it. Boom.
Just boom.
That word.
Oh, I did.
Perfect.
In all caps.
You're like, yeah, which one is? Oh, that's the segment. Okay. Got it. Okay.
I'm laughing. You accidentally put that one.
Contestant.
Yeah, we have got a contestant now. He's ready to roll, but are we good on everything on our end? This next game there's not a lot of room for banter, just because it's a multiple choice game and we try to roll through it fairly quickly. But if you do have things to chime in on, please let us know. So banters, we would like you to banter. If we need to get you more wine, please. We will. I do want you to banter. I said, but if you do have something,
There was I saw words being added. I was like, I'm not touching the keyboard. I did not.
Yeah, I know, isn't that crazy?
In fact, I'd love more.
Screwing with the
I
top.
cut this up on the divider there. If you would like to hook a brother up here with some more wine.
what do you want? I don't know.
I just put it in the cup and I'll
Put it in What do you want? Whatever you want.
just come on. I've never been picky before. I've seen my picky now.
Baxter, just open up those Keurig cups. Pour it in the cup and give it to him. Just powder.
good. That's good. There's still a little maybe cheese in the fridge. There's a little bit of salt left. And a whole bunch more crackers.
We're almost to our break. Once we get through this game, then we'll take a break. And then we're going to think about the
Social media girls are eating all your food. Sorry, guys. Good to be the food.
little cheese. Little cheese.
I was quoting someone.
Yeah, sounds like it. Mr. Scheibe.
I'm not going.
Jazz?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So you got sex
Are you writing down that as a funny quote?
Do you want me to tweet
Like Baxter. Baxter said. Oh,
Baxter in parentheses with wine.
Yeah.
What did you say? You did this. You said it.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
he kept introducing
What?
himself.
What?
No.
Braxton.
Braxton Miller?
Yeah.
Not the Ohio State quarterback.
It's okay. His mother wanted to name his brother Dexter.
What?
Baxter and Dexter.
What?
She wanted that.
What? Thank God.
Baxter and Dexter.
That would have been confusing.
Wouldn't have been.
I like Seth better.
Sad.
Seth.
Are you guys ready?
Oh wait, no, we're not. I gotta call a contestant.
Oh.
That'd have been a little awkward.
Yes.
And welcoming in our contestant, who I forgot to call. Trey.
I know.
You got all
That-
the
we did that
WC
one week where I called him and I'm like, and we're up. And we don't have one. Okay.
Yeah. I'm even there.
Oh, yeah, that was the
Oh, is that one week too? But I didn't unmute.
Oh yeah, the first show didn't have the contestant was just gone.
Right, and
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
it was a straight voicemail. I'm like, oh,
You know him too.
I'm really
Hey Trey, how we doing?
Baxter, how are you?
Fantastic, sir. How are you?
You're on the air.
No,
Very good. Enjoying the games today.
yeah. What do we got going on for Carolina Arizona score?
17, nothing Carolina.
Dang it! Wow.
Yeah, they're handling pretty well.
Dang. That's still early. Give him time. Okay. Well.
Yeah, no, I think it'll end up being a little bit closer. So.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Do you have any questions at all before we press record on our end?
No, I think I'll just follow your guys'
Sounds good. We'll explain your game and everything to you on the air. So, so you should be good to go. You'll have 5 total questions, just so you know. 5 total, yes.
I'll go get you.
All right, we'll get ready to roll here in just a moment. You'll be muted on our end, and then we'll introduce you. So that'll be your cue to say just a little like, hey guys, how you doing? Great to be here, whatever kind of bit, and then we'll roll from there, okay?
I believe it.
Sounds good.
What the what?
Okay. Ready? Let's make it happen. Make some beautiful stuff.
Let's get away from that topic for a while.
Yes, I'm gonna crack up every time you look at me.
We're talking about sex, you're locking doors. There's wine. What do you expect?
Come on, have a good time, John.
We got recording devices.
The makings for a hell of a night.
Homecoming 92 all over.
That's how children are born. All right.
Woo! Okay.
Oh, goodness. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah. Thanks for
Coming back.
as if we had a choice.
That's what happens when you don't rewrite these things.
That's why we did rewrite.
I know.
All right. Are we ready? Quiet on the set. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. You're fine. You're not a bad person. Let's go.
Welcome back to the BLC studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is What's the Score, the sports news crew. I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master. We've got some great panelists this week. Ken Williams, Connor Christensen, and Andrew Flagel. And they'll have the opportunity to show their prowess in just a little bit. Before that, though, here's the host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Coming up, we put our panelists to the test in our Name 5 Panelist Showdown. If you'd like to play our games on air, though, shoot us an email at wtsportsquiz@gmail.com, or you can find the links to our contestant form on our Facebook and Twitter pages.
Playing our next game, which we've decided to call Harbaugh and Chill, is Trey Cochran. Welcome to the show, Trey.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I hope I don't embarrass myself here.
No, you can't do any worse than what Josh and I do on a weekly basis, Trey. You're just fine. All right, Trey, as you may or may not know, Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh continues to change the college football recruiting landscape. Last week, we heard about him sleeping over at a recruit's house to change his mind from Penn State to Michigan. So in the spirit of Coach Harbaugh, we decided to dedicate a quiz purely just to all the crazy things Harbaugh has done while on recruiting trips.
Correctly answer 3 out of 5 questions about Coach Harbaugh and his recruiting antics, and you will win our prize, a What's the Score t-shirt. If you get stuck on a question, you're allowed to ask one panelist for a hint, but you can only do that one time, so make sure you choose wisely. Are you ready to play?
I'm ready. This sounds like a good topic to be quizzed on. I'm excited.
All right, here is your first question.
Question number 1 for you, Trey. While he was coaching at Stanford, Harbaugh visited a recruit at his house and did what? A, took off his shoes and asked for a spittoon. B, took out a Stanford flag and draped it over the recruit. Or C, asked to use the bathroom, took out a marker and wrote, "Go Stanford" on the mirror.
Oh, man. I want to put any of those past him. I'm going to say C, went to the bathroom and wrote on the mirror.
That is incorrect, unfortunately. It was he took off his shoes and asked for a spittoon. Coach Harbaugh is apparently a chewer and a spitter there. Here's your next question.
A recruit came to visit Stanford, but ended up leaving because Harbaugh spent too much time doing what? A, polishing his game day shoes. B, getting fitted for custom khaki pants. Or C, playing pickup basketball with an assistant coach.
Well, I don't want to go over 2 to start. And
You do still have your
I got
panelists.
some good,
You could ask
I
your
think I got some
panelists.
good
Yep.
panelists there, so I think I'm gonna reach out to my panelists to help me out on this one.
Okay. Would you like to ask Ken, Andrew, or Connor for assistance on this question?
Let me ask Andrew on this one.
There you go. All right, Andrew, the floor is yours, sir.
All right. Thinking think about Izzo, man. Since you're a Michigan State fan, think about Tom Izzo. So I can't directly say. Yeah. So I really want to read through the.
Yeah. Do you want the? Do you want?
So I'm gonna say that he played too much pickup basketball.
That is correct. Yes. Yeah. That is correct.
I got you, sir.
Yes, Coach Harbaugh was busy playing pickup basketball with the assistant, and they kept playing, and they kept playing, and they kept playing. Finally, the recruit just said, "To heck with it," and left, and didn't even complete his tour. Here is your third question. Before Harbaugh left Stanford, he decided to use what 2 items in a team meeting to fire up his players before a game? Was it A, mascot head, B, a bowl of oranges and a juicer? They were playing Syracuse that week. Or C, a samurai sword and a shovel?
I'm gonna go with the oranges and a juicer.
That is incorrect, unfortunately. It was a samurai sword and a shovel. His game talk was he wanted to prove that they could fight the opponent, but also build up a solid foundation that they could win the game. That's why he had the samurai sword and a shovel.
Personally, I would run from Harbaugh if
I
he
would
came
too.
into
I'd be
my
like,
room
"What are we
with
doing,
a samurai
Coach?
sword."
You're gonna kill us and bury us? What's going on?" And I was a little scared about that one.
You almost gotta go with the craziest thing. I think that I've used once when he's involved.
Absolutely. All right, here is your fourth question. You still got time. You got to get the next 2 correct, though.
Gotta get these 2.
This is crucial. All right, here's question 4 for you.
Once he got to Michigan, Harbaugh and his staff tried to impress a recruit by doing what? Is it A, building a human pyramid on the living room floor, B, mimicking a recent video of DJ Khaled, Or C, having a push competition?
What was choice C?
Having a push-up competition.
Push-up competition? They did this at the recruit's house or on campus?
They did this at the recruit's house. Coach Harbaugh and his staff did one of these three to win over the recruit.
Oh my goodness.
Do you want to hear him one more time?
Yeah, let me hear one more time. I don't want to go out without even
Absolutely.
the last question.
Absolutely.
All right. Once he got to Michigan, Harbaugh and the staff tried to impress a recruit by doing what? A, building a human pyramid on the living room floor. B, mimicking a recent video of DJ Khaled. Or C, having a push-up competition.
Do we know if this recruit came to Michigan?
I can neither confirm nor deny whether or not that did happen.
I'm thinking about what would definitely not make me come to a school after the season.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, you were talking about things that would be the most outlandish and crazy.
Right. I would say that, okay, the most outlandish here, mimicking a DJ,
Yes, that is correct. Nicely done. Wow, nicely done. There is a Vine. Yeah, there is a Vine, I believe, that's out there. I think it's How's Business, I think, is what the Vine is called. That's you have to go check it out. It's pretty darn good. All right, this is exciting. You get this last question right, you will win. All right, are you ready, sir?
All right, let's do it.
All right, on the same recruiting trip, Harbaugh decided to take things one step farther, as he usually does, and did what to impress the recruit? A, he showed how many marshmallows he could fit into his mouth. B, he recorded a personal voicemail greeting on the recruit's cell phone. Or C, he decided to show off his upper body strength by climbing the tree in the front yard.
So, let's see here. I'm going to go with competitive guy. Ooh, let me think here. I'm going to go with this because I hope that's what he did. Because I'm picturing it in my mind. I hope that he shoved marshmallows into his mouth.
That would have been a sight to see, but unfortunately that was not it. It was he climbed a tree in the front yard. There is also a Vine out there of you see, it's dark out, but you see this scrawny white figure shuffling up a tree in the front yard through the front window. But you did not, unfortunately, get that question correctly. But Game Master Scheibe, how did Trey do on our quiz?
Trey got 2 out of 5 correct today. Unfortunately, he's not a winner.
Hey, but it's all right, Trey. Thank you so much for playing. We appreciate it.
No, thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your night, Trey. Thanks. All right, panel. Well, before we go to a break, we have some more questions for you guys. So you're not getting off easy this time. Ken, we'll start with you this time, sir. The Olympic Committee announced this week that what sport would be dropped from the 2020 Games?
I get a hint, right?
You do get a hint, yes.
Who gives my
Ken
hint?
is having a stroke. He's staring at you. Would you like it?
Yeah, I'd love a hint.
You want a hint from me or Game Master Scheibe? Think of Hulk Hogan and The Rock and the things that they participate in.
I thought there was. Son of a gun.
Because
they did that a couple of years ago, and they put it back in.
They're getting rid of it again.
We'll get it back in there. They're gonna get wrestling. They're not gonna take wrestling.
That is correct. Yes, wrestling. It appears the Olympic Committee wants to add more sports that cause less damage to people physically. So the proposed sports to replace wrestling are underwater basket weaving, foursquare, and even hopscotch as well.
Gymnastics does wonders for the body.
All right, Andrew, you're up next.
All right.
A group of high school students went the extra mile this week at a basketball game by doing what to distract an opponent who was taking a free throw?
Oh man, I get paid to run our student section, so I definitely took note for this. They gave birth, basically. So
they did. They reenacted childbirth. Yes. Studio audience isn't clapping because they're like, what the heck? Yes, no, this is 100% true. There's a video all over social media to prove it. Some high schoolers, since it's being cracked down with the chants you can and cannot say during games, they thought they would take it a next step further and just recreate somebody having birth. It worked, though. The opponent did miss the shot that they were taking also. So,
well, I mean, yeah. I mean, who could make that
and
shot?
They were
like,
clear with
someone giving
sound
birth?
effects. They did everything. Yeah, it's like
Was it a boy or a girl?
It was a boy. He was a high school boy. I don't know how that worked. And it was a guy that gave birth, too, so I'm not exactly sure.
Sorry for that mom.
Maybe this might have been in Flint with the water that they're having right now. It was bad.
I'm coming out walking.
Connor, a question for you, sir. The new UFC 2 game comes out in March, and this week it was announced that what former boxer will be a playable character?
Oh, I'm going to have to go and guess Floyd Mayweather.
That is, are you sure? No,
That's
that's
really?
incorrect. That is
Wow.
incorrect. No. I had a great hint lined up for you, too, but you can't use it now. No, it's Mike Tyson.
Really?
Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
yes. So not only in the new UFC 2 game can you recreate the epic Holly Holm versus Ronda Rousey fight,
Yeah.
but you can now conquer people one earbite at a time.
I should have gotten the hint. I was so sure.
Yeah.
I was so
I just
sure.
say it's ear-biting fun. That's what I would have said.
Darn,
You missed
I
it.
would have gotten
Yeah,
that. for sure.
it's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Are you going to buy UFC 2? Do you have any of the UFC games?
No.
You're a UFC
Well,
analyst. I feel like you of all people.
I'll probably get the new one. Jeez, yeah. No, just all right. I'll buy it. Goodness, I'm feeling the pressure now.
All right,
Man.
then. It's time for another break. But as they said in the days of the golden age of radio, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. But now we're in the golden age of podcasts, so don't touch that mouse button, laptop pad, or outrageously outside smartphone screen. Anyway, when we come back, our panelists will have another chance to answer some questions about this week's news. You're listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz, broadcasting on Sports Radio America, Spreaker.com, and the Sports Club. Yes?
Sorry about my coffee.
No, you're fine. If you're going to cough, you let him know behind you.
I wrote it
He's
down.
gonna mute you for you.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Did you bet?
I did.
Driving him on.
Trey had fun. Good. Hey, Trey. Okay. Carbon chill.
I was reading through it and I'm like, seriously, we're actually going to go with that. Okay, fine.
Carbon chill.
Based on the rest of how this game has been going, though, I'm not
Oh, by the
surprised.
way,
It's that.
Khalid. You said Khalid or something
Oops,
like
it's
that.
Khaled.
DJ Cauliflower.
Okay, well, sorry, guys.
All right, we're halfway through, so if you want to get up, use the bathroom, food, etc., do that. Give you a
bathroom.
Yeah, watch all your
10-ish,
corn. There's
20
corn
minutes.
Tell everybody that.
here, so.
You have to use the patio, guys. Use the patio.
Is there still right now?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, just don't leave your jeans on the patio.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, then there's no sense in going on.
Your dog foot dry. I thought they were dry for that.
Baxter Colburn jeans would dry faster on the patio. I was like, oh no, oh no.
How did you figure
Yeah, they did that.
Forget where we were.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have all.
You're welcome to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
How you
Yes.
You're.
Sex complete fundraising, yes. I know, my mom is on the call. I'm like, Mom, Sunday night, you know what I'm doing.
Did you really?
Stop. Yeah. And I thought I like silenced it.
Oh, that's why he got cut out.
Because then she hung up, because that was like a little beep, beep, beep.
Yeah. Because all you heard him say was DJ. I didn't hear the rest of the answer.
Yeah.
All I heard was DJ.
I decided to doing that again. I don't.
I mean, you really can't edit that out either.
No.
Unless you specifically have
I thought it was
something
his
saying.
phone.
He said, do you wanna?
Yeah, well,
Yes, it found the link.
You could.
could do his call
His
over,
mic,
but,
yeah.
and then maybe you wouldn't take so long. Because that was a long call.
But we can go through and snip.
And I was like,
Yeah.
Another thing you could do is just take, because he said that before. He said, hey, take that snip a little bit and then paste it over.
Yeah, that's right.
Cut out the ring and
That
then paste that over.
over.
Then the other thing was the headset.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
Kept showing the time.
I don't know.
Is
how
anything
you-
being sent? Literally. Emily, Erica, are we good from social things? Do you want anything now that we're in still a break or no? Nah.
I didn't think of any new ideas for this.
That's fine. We don't pay you to be creative. It's fine.
You could have just stopped at the first part.
Shut up.
Were you thinking that one too or no?
No, I'm good at that. Well, here we are. No, I don't care if you do or not. Or it doesn't even have to involve us. It could just be other random videos you want to film fast or not. Doesn't matter. The floor is yours. You have 5 creative minds at your disposal.
Anyone have any ideas? Social media stuff we can do right now.
Since we have a break in the action. Whether it involves people that are on air or not. Because this would be the time to do it. Well, it's right after, but rather.
What's the score human pyramid?
Ooh.
Do it.
That's
Okay.
actually not a bad idea.
Right there.
Push-up competition.
Do it.
Climb the tree in the front yard.
Push competition.
Yeah, push.
You can have a push competition.
We're on that road.
Are we back on
I just
Monday
read
video
it.
again?
You gotta be smarter than the person that wrote the script, Josh. Improv.
Hey-oh.
Actually, we should do one of
I've
them.
never
questions
played
that, like, reenact it right now.
You could write, what's the score on the bathroom mirror? No.
What's the score?
And really lipstick with a big kiss. For 10.
What is this?
I already feel good that people.
I already got the lipstick, so.
I'm not gonna ask why.
Hey, it softens and
I
moistens.
started
It just
that at
looks
the
good.
year. Do like every single.
What did I say?
Are we softening and moistening?
You don't want
Let's
to.
not
You don't
But
know.
now I'm like, it's kind of creepy.
No,
because
seriously.
people where they don't know what you do.
It's like, oh, okay, sorry,
They're
jeez.
like, hey, where are you at with this goal? Or like, check in.
Are we good?
Like,
Do it good.
Yes. Let's do this.
Come on, y'all, let's get it going.
What are we doing?
Next segment.
Oh.
But what?
The
Nothing.
thing we came here to do, guys.
Oh,
Drink?
that's right.
I'm here to
I
drink.
just tell them, yeah, Connor just comes to drink and
Yeah.
we randomly talk to him. He's like, oh, yeah.
Boxer!
Sorry.
And I said former boxer. It's still an active
Ah,
boxer.
he
Yeah,
shouldn't be.
stupid.
Oh!
Figured I'd
Throw your heads at
I
down.
should have done
saying
the
it was
whole
his
thing with
last
like a
fight.
list.
Like,
So.
take a study.
Who's gonna win the
Just
game?
make it completely inaudible. You can't understand.
Josh, if you are led by the Holy Spirit to speak in accents when we come to panelist questions, I will not stop you.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
you just like.
Good to know.
Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Do your thing.
Things that hinge. Whatever, pin and then keep pinning and then you just like pin.
Welcome back to What's the Score? The Sports News Show. And thanks for listening in. We're broadcasting from the DLC studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. We're playing this week with Connor Christensen, Ken Williams, and Andrew Flagel. And here, once again, is your host of What's the Score, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. As we continue on with our show, we want to remind all of you that you can find our show on Spreaker, iTunes, podcast.com, and now Stitcher as well. Feel free to give us a listen and even write us a review if you would be so kind. It is time now for our last slate of questions for our panelists this week.
Connor, the Buffalo Bills were the first in NFL history to do what this week?
Oh, they were the first to hire a female coach.
That is correct. Catherine Smith becomes the first full-time female assistant coach in the NFL. She will be helping run special teams for the Bills. This is a great step for women breaking into the NFL and trying to bridge the gap between the sexes and race as a whole. So we've seen African-American coaches. We've seen all kinds of stuff. Now we've got our second female coach, but the first full-time. So it's great to see women breaking into the sport of football. Andrew, a question for you, sir. The NFL world remembered a legend that passed away 1 year ago this week. Who was that?
Hint. Should know it, obviously.
He was one of the most acclaimed players to ever put on a San Diego Chargers uniform.
Junior Seau.
That is correct, yes.
I don't know. I put that right over linebackers.
There you go.
We're looking at all these Charger linebackers.
I know, the Chargers are all over the place this week. Yes, arguably one of the best to ever play linebacker in the NFL. Seau was lost already a year ago. His legacy, though, will be motivation for many young players coming through the ranks in the football world. Andrew, you did play linebacker in college. Did you model your playing style after anybody in particular?
I guess if you look at like recent players, I like Patrick Willis a lot.
Okay.
John Beeson. A lot of times, I mean, those are guys who are just big time run fitters, athletes, and stuff like that. I wasn't as athletic, but I tried to model it after that. Just being strong run fitter.
Absolutely, fantastic.
It's funny. I model my watching football technique after AJ Hawk because I usually just watch things go by.
It's funny. He went to the Bengals and nobody heard about it, but all this season.
All right, Ken, you're up next. A police officer in Gainesville, Florida, responded to a noise complaint this week and did what once he found the guilty kids?
Started playing basketball with him.
Yes, he did. Nicely done. The whole thing was caught on the officer's dash cam. It shows him talking to the kids and asking for the ball. Then he decides to shoot with them a little bit. And then all of a sudden he decides to drive the lane and slam dunks on the kids, leaving them all, astonished. And then as the officer was leaving, though, he did tell them that he would bring back bigger help next time he played with them. So he decided to bring Shaquille O'Neal back with him. And not exactly sure how you have that connection being a police officer to Shaquille O'Neal, but sounds like a pickup game I'd want to be a part of.
I just think it was wrong when he pulled his gun to get the lane.
Like, move!
Get out of my way, big guy.
Good Lord. Yeah, I'd have cleared the lane for him, too. Goodness, amazing. He still fouled out, though.
Well, folks, it's time for me to break up the fun once again. But when we come back, this week's final contestant will be playing one of our favorite games here on the show, Who is Who? We'll be back in just a bit, so don't go away. This is What's the Score, the sports news quiz, broadcasting on the Sports Coach Speaker.com and Sports Radio on Earth.
It's playing, yeah. It just starts weird. I saw you make the face as soon as the music started to play. It does this little, like, shoo kind of bit.
That was a little interesting.
It's a fun song.
I forgot that Connor answered the first question, so I was like,
Oh, you're like, put it back down there.
wait a second, we're missing one here.
Nah. Nah.
Sorry for no banter there. I wasn't going to touch Junior Seau or the first female coach.
I think a lot of people would anyway.
And what do you say about Junior Seau?
Yeah, I know. It's like,
yeah, he's gone. Oh, really? Wait, what? Oh, no. I mean,
shut himself.
Yeah.
I was not going to model my post-game career after him.
No.
Well, yeah, we're not that kind of show.
You're not getting emails?
Surprised one of you guys didn't have a comment for a different basketball player that may have known the police better or something like that.
Okay.
He's like, I don't know why
That would have been anybody on the Pistons.
anybody else.
Yeah, Pistons and
Anybody on the Pistons. Meta world peace.
Yeah. Oh, meta.
Are you
We're calling Liam. All right.
contestant on the phone?
Last contestant.
Tell your mother not to call.
Yeah, seriously. Mom, doing a show. Let me do my show. Hey, Liam, how we doing?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
Fantastic. How do you pronounce your last name? McMahon. Okay, sounds good. Because we will introduce you with your full name, so we just want to make sure we've got the right pronunciation, so we're not like Liam McMahon. Yeah. So, okay. Any questions at all before we get rolling?
Yeah,
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Okay, sounds good. You'll be asked 5 questions, and we'll explain this on the air as well. So you'll have to go through 5 questions, and you will be able to ask one panelist for help if you'd like to. But like I said, we'll explain that on the air, but that way you have a little bit of a precursor going into it. Fun stuff. You'll be muted until we bring you in, because we will say, and welcome to the show, Liam, or however exactly we introduce you. But then just say a little whatever, hey guys, thanks for having me, whatever you want to say, and then we'll roll into the game from there. Sounds good. Thanks, Liam. God, help us all. Why am I the host? Why am I the one in front of the microphone? I've asked that question many times. You haven't taken it from me. We can flip if you want. Do you want to
own all the equipment?
You're not wrong. We should screw everybody and be like, why is it welcome, once and all? This is
Welcome,
is this like
once and
deliberate?
all.
Welcome, once and all.
No, it's just like, okay, I need to come up with something different. But that's probably not what I'm going to use anyway, so.
Hey, wait, as long as you know what you're going to say. Yeah, good. All right, we good?
We're good.
Make it happen.
Welcome, welcome, one and all. This is What's the Score? The Sports Geek News. I'm Josh Scheibe, your game master. Our Name 5 panelist showdown is coming up, but first we have a round of Who's Who. Here to get the game going is your host at the VLC Studios here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everyone. We've had a great show so far, and we've got another contestant on the line to play a game with us.
Playing our next game is Liam McMahon. Welcome to the show, Liam.
Thanks, Baxter. Good to be here.
All right, Liam, you are going to be playing our game called Who's Who, where Game Master Scheibe and I will read you 5 questions. Each question will have clues describing 2 different people in the sports world. The 2 people that we'll be looking for share the same name, either first or last. Answer 3 out of the 5 questions correctly, and you will win our prize, a What's the Score t-shirt. Game Master Scheibe, can you give us an example, please?
Certainly. If we said he's a player for the Pittsburgh Penguins, while he is the kicker for the Green Bay Packers, we would be looking for Sidney Crosby and Mason Crosby.
Does that make sense to you, Liam?
Yes, sir.
All right, here is your first question.
He is the quarterback for the New York Giants, while he is the former quarterback on the New Orleans Saints.
Who is Manning?
Do you have the full names for us?
Well, Eli Manning is the quarterback of the Giants. And his father, Archie Manning, used to be the quarterback of the Saints.
That is correct, yes. Here is your next clue. He is the star of the Cleveland Cavaliers, while he is the man with the beard for the Houston Rockets.
Could you repeat the second half of that? I couldn't quite hear you.
Yep, I'll say it again. He is the star of the Cleveland Cavaliers, while he is the man with the beard for the Houston Rockets.
LeBron James and James Harden.
That is correct, yes.
All right, here's your next one. He is a wide receiver for the New York Giants, while he is a former soccer player for Manchester United and the LA Galaxy.
Odell Beckham and David Beckham.
That is correct, yes. 3 for 3. All right, we're going to toughen it up a little bit here on question number 4, Liam. He is a former running back for the Houston Oilers and Tennessee Titans, while he is the current running back for the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh, I need some help on this one.
Would you like to you can ask a panelist for help.
Yeah, can I ask a panelist here?
Would you like to ask Ken, Andrew, or Connor for help?
I'll go with Ken.
Ken, Liam is asking you for help, sir.
So I know the answer.
You do. You have to paint a picture. You can give the last name if you'd like. You can't give them because
I can give the last
yes,
name?
because the other name is what ties the 2 players together.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to give them the last names, you
well,
could.
these are on your shoes, and this guy walked with Lenny and of Mice Man. Did that help you at all? No? George and Lacey, does that help you?
So the last.
Well, I'm getting Eddie Lacy for the Packers.
That is correct. So we know the other guy is Eddie somebody.
He was a Heisman winner. He was big. Tall.
Yes, there you go, Eddie George. Nicely done. All right, last question. Let's go for perfect if we can here, Liam.
He's a defensive tackle for the St. Louis Rams.
Los Angeles Rams, please, Game Master Scheibe. We don't want to be politically correct here.
Los Angeles Rams. He's a defensive tackle for the Los Angeles Rams, while he is a quarterback for the Green Bay Packers.
I'm going to get this one wrong. Aaron Rodgers and someone else on the left of Rodgers.
No, that is incorrect. No, it was Aaron Donald and Aaron Rodgers. Those are the 2 we were looking for.
Well.
That's all good. You still did it. Game Master Scheibe, how did Liam do in our game?
Liam got 4 out of 5 correct. That means that he's a winner.
Nicely done, Liam. Thank you so much for playing, Liam. Any parting thoughts for the studio audience?
What?
Oh, okay, good. We'll cut that. Perfect. Sorry, Josh, say your last bit. This is why we don't go on script.
The moment you've all been waiting for is almost here. Stick around and listen to our panelists duke it out on the Name 5 Panelist Showdown coming up right after the break. You're listening to What's the Score? Broadcasting on Sports Radio America, the Sports Quotient, and Speaker.com.
That was awesome.
It's got to be the best reaction we've ever got.
I'm just glad we got a reaction.
Wait, the bomb's about.
I was like, all right, you're done.
Hold the MacGyver on him. Just cut him off mid-sentence.
All right. Do you have a timer that you can go 10 seconds on? Because
I
you'll be
said
in
mice
charge.
and men reference there. I like that.
The only
I gotta show my well-roundedness.
I mean, we're not only experts of sports, but also of literature.
It's all about culture.
You're very cultured on what's
I'm
the
cultured.
score.
I'm cultured over here.
Yeah.
This turns into a movie quiz, I guess.
Yes. Quick, name everybody that's ever played Spider-Man in a movie.
Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and then the new guy whose name I'm forgetting.
Tom Holland.
Ooh, we're sorry, Connor. You only got
See,
2
he's
out of
my
3.
mentor.
Name everybody.
No, I'm
else.
still
Batman.
Name everybody that's ever played Batman.
That's even more good.
Yeah, name everybody that's ever played Batman.
Name everybody who's ever played Batman as
George
well. I'm not going to do that.
Well, that was a TV series.
I have no
Val Kilmer.
There's already 2.
Okay.
Batman.
Well, obviously Christian Bale. The guy who Michael Jordan, guy.
Yeah, like clip on
that it?
outrageous sports or something on TV.
He hasn't technically played him yet.
We've seen him in trailers, so the movie's done.
The movie's in the can.
He's played Batman. And he's Suicide Squad.
They're chasing each other all over the Suicide Squad.
He makes Sam. Did you say Adam West?
Oh, the original. Adam West. Adam West in the cartoon Batman.
Yeah, I think so. It
100%.
sounds like it's not like a
Cameo
huge role, but
Oh, you're ready.
I suppose it makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, he's not ready.
He's not ready.
Superman.
Cut that out.
No.
Super villains.
WIA. Just kidding. That's how I get money. Just kidding. Don't.
What is that?
I love the WIA. Great people. I'm not a student though, so I'm above. What if I start the chants during the game? Can I start the chants?
I'm not frowned upon.
Unprofessional.
I'm an outside contractor.
You keep doing shows like this where you're saying things like sex and mission, and they're not collection.
Sex and what?
Mission.
Mission.
instead of Michigan.
Mission.
Who said mission?
You did.
Oh,
Accidentally. When I had to
I
repeat
thought
the
I heard
question.
that.
When I had to
Bullshit,
repeat the
sir.
question.
When he was talking about push fighting.
Sex mission. Shut up. We're fighting while we're
Push fighting.
Let's not go any further there.
All right, name 5. You guys ready?
Oh yeah, born ready. Jimmy Backlight.
Welcome back, all. Thanks for listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe.
Are you sure?
Okay.
It's your name. It's your name. You've lived with it for 25 years.
23.
Well, even still.
Okay. Yeah. Don't you want to
Great
know?
banter when we go live.
I'm
I'm Josh Sherby.
He sounded like he was slurring.
Josh
More than that.
I haven't had anything to Woo! I do a great Swedish chef. Herder from Sherby.
Please do name.
I love watching their reactions. They're all dancing.
Now we're gonna Bill Cosby and David is Scheibe. Would you stop muting me?
You see how it records.
Without me? All right, let's cut it. Let's do it again here.
Okay, do it.
For real this time.
Frick.
For real.
Now who are you?
Frick.
Good.
Let's go.
All right.
God, our audience mic is hot. I can hear like Erica like whispering like.
Quiet in the gallery.
I can hear
him.
you. I can hear the
We're
mic.
having technical difficulties.
Oh my lord. All right.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. You just let me handle the thing this time.
It's so funny watching them. They have no idea what we're listening to.
Someone punch out.
I like how he cuts a beat out of a measure. That's my favorite part.
What?
He cuts a beat out of a measure.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
I'll have to tell him about that.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Welcome back, all, and thanks for listening to What's the Score? The Sports News Quiz. I'm your game master, Josh Scheibe. Our panelists are warming up for their final showdown. I'm seeing crunches, jumping jacks, and I think I may have witnessed a round of competitive dabbing. Here's the completely subjective winner of that competition, your host of the BLC Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Baxter Colburn.
Thank you, Josh. Those of you at home might not know this, but this week we introduced our panelist leaderboard to our staff and all of our other panelists. It gives our panelists playing each week a chance to fight for bragging rights and even win some cool stuff along the way. With all that being said, it is time for our Name 5 panelist showdown. Connor currently holds the top spot on our leaderboard. Andrew is just outside the top 5, and Ken gets his first crack at making the leaderboard, and he's already staring down Connor rather menacingly.
Bring it.
That's frightening.
It'll be broad.
Our panelists will be given 4 topics in which they will have 10 seconds to name 5 people, teams, places, or things related to the sports world. Each panelist will have the same category. However, they cannot repeat answers. 1 point is awarded for each correct answer.
Game Master Scheibe, can you give us the scores, please?
Connor has 2 points, and Ken and Andrew are tied with 3.
Oh, so Connor will be going first because he's in last place. Oh, how unfortunate. All right, 10 seconds on the clock. Your first category, if we randomize it before we go. So your first category will be naming 5 AFC teams. Producers, are we ready with the timing? All right, 10 seconds on the clock, Connor. On your mark, get set, go.
Patriots, Broncos, Steelers, Bengals, Colts.
There you go. We got 5. Nicely done. Andrew, you will be up next, sir. Remember, you cannot repeat. On your mark, sir. Get set, go.
Chiefs, Dolphins, Chargers, Texans, and oh man. I blanked.
Oh, he blanked. Okay, no problem. All right, so you got 4 out though. So you've had 9 of the 16 AFC teams taken, Ken. So got it all figured out in your head now, ready to roll?
No, but yeah.
Perfect. All right, 10 seconds.
How much time do I get?
You get 10 seconds.
How many?
10 seconds.
5.
Ready?
10 seconds.
Get set, go.
Jaguars, Colts. Set? That was set already? The other team, the other Indianapolis team. The Greenbacks, the Dolphins.
You got 1. You got 1 out of
I got
that.
1. Which one did I get?
What was the first one you said?
He said Jaguars.
Jaguars. There you go.
Jaguars.
Yes.
That's
We
right.
missed the Browns, which I don't blame you for. We missed the Bengals. I'm pretty
Nope,
sure.
I said
No,
Bengals.
Did you say the Bengals?
Yeah,
Okay.
he missed the Ravens.
We missed the Ravens.
The big one.
That's irrelevant. Okay. So, all right, Andrew, you'll be leading off round number 2 for us, sir, with it being name 5 Olympic sports, summer or winter.
All right.
Okay. 10 seconds on the clock, sir. On your mark, get set, go.
Basketball, gymnastics, wrestling, there's trampoline jumping, and curling.
That is correct. You got all 5.
There's
Nicely done.
trampoline jumping.
That's the thing.
No, it is. It is a thing. I've seen it.
How do you sing
No,
it?
it's
I don't know.
you
Man,
get
that's out at like
points for
4 in the
like,
morning.
yeah,
I don't know why that's the one that popped in my
The
head.
wrong
but-
sport in high school. I could have gone all stage. All right, Ken. You got it. 10 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
Ready and begin.
Diving, butterfly, breaststroke, downhill, super G.
That's 5. Nicely done. Wow. Flew through it. All right, Connor. You ready to roll?
Oh yeah.
On your mark. Get set. Go.
100 meter dash, 200 meter dash, 400 meter dash, mile, 2 miles.
There you go. Nicely done. Yes. All right. Round number 3. We'll be starting with Ken. Our category will be naming 5. Let's see if it wants to work for us. Naming 5 current NFL defensive players. So guys that play defense in the NFL right now.
Any
team, as long as they're playing right now.
Okay.
NFC, AFC. Okay.
All right.
On your mark. Get set. Go.
Clay Matthews, Dayton Jones, Richard Sherman, Monte Teo, and how about dude? It just
No, didn't get it. Didn't get it. He got 4, so one of you might have a free one there. Connor, up to you now. So are you ready?
Yep.
All right, Mark. Get set. Go.
Terrence Newman, Xavier Rhodes, Captain Motherland, Everson Griffin, and Linval Joseph.
Captain what? No,
Captain Motherland. He's a quarterback for the Vikings.
I know exactly who he is. Nicely done. You got all 5. All right, Andrew. Are you ready, sir? 10 seconds and begin.
Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, what? Micah Hyde, Mike Daniels.
Oh, you got 3. Ken, well, did you get that? No, didn't get that.
I caught the mic
3.
in there, man. I slid that in there. Come on now.
Game Master says no. All right, Game Master Scheibe. So we go into our 4th and final round. Where are we standing with scores?
Ken has 13 points, Andrew has 15, and Connor is in the lead with 17.
Demand a recount.
Don't ever accuse me of
That's
being
still the right
close.
You know, it's
So
funny.
right.
He's in the lead. And he's the one sitting next to the game master.
Oh.
No.
I'm just saying.
Where everything's fine.
Okay, well, Ken, you'll be going first, sir.
Bring
So our final category will be naming 5 NBA players.
Oh, current?
Yes.
Oh.
On your mark. Get set. Go.
LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Meta World Peace, the little guy, that other guy, the tall guy,
yeah.
the tall guy.
Oh, the tall guy. Yes.
Wilt Chamberlain, Russell.
Yes. All right, so we got 3. You got 3 out of that. So, all right. So Andrew's up next, right? So what does Andrew need, Game Master Scheibe, to tie?
Andrew needs 2 points to tie and 3 to win.
Well, 3 to go
3
ahead.
to go ahead.
Okay,
of
fair
Connor.
enough. All right, are you ready with 5 current NBA players? On your mark, get set, go.
Michael Carter Williams, Chris Middleton, Greg Monroe, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Jabari Parker.
Nice, you got all 5. So, Game Master Scheibe, what does Connor need to win?
Connor needs 4 to win.
4 to win, 3 to tie, 4 to win. If you do tie, you will go to sudden death. So you know you have that in your back pocket. If you can't get
Is it 2 tie, all tie?
No, if they 2 tie, then I'm sorry. Yeah, Ken's done. Ken has left the studio. All right, Connor, are you ready?
You want to just give me 10 minutes?
On your mark.
All right.
Get set, go.
Kevin Love, Michael Westbrook. No,
It's not a real person.
that's a person.
Maybe in a different sport. You're wasting time.
Dang it. All right, no, I got nothing.
All right, and with that, our Name 5 panelist showdown is complete. Game Master Scheibe, can you give us the 3rd through 1st place standings, sir?
I can indeed. Ken is in 3rd with 16 points. Connor is 2nd with 18, and Andrew is the winner with 20 points.
Nicely done. Congratulations, Andrew. Any words for the fans back home for your victory?
No comment.
No comment.
So I don't get fined.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
110%. We went out there and did everything we could.
Hey, whoa.
It was good.
It's not
Hey.
time to talk. So
I thought it was golf.
Overstepping.
I thought it was golf. Low score.
Lowest score wins. Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for your participation this evening. What's the Score has been a production of the Sports Quotient and Sports Radio America. Thanks so much to our contestants and our studio audience here at the BLC studio. Our panelists this week have been Ken Williams, Andrew Flagel, and Connor Christensen. Our social media staff has been composed of Emily Heffler, Hope Reister, Christian Gill, and Emily Reister. Our social media producer is Erica Hill. Our theme was composed by Danny Hoffenstein. Our executive director is Liz Colburn. Our show producer is Kurt Colburn, and our executive producer is the man Corey Plath.
I've been your game master, Josh Scheibe.
And I've been your host, Baxter Colburn. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time on What's the Score? That's my fault.
I need to go back to that.
I forgot about Eric. Sorry, Eric.
Eric, I'm like, is Eric not gonna
You think of Russell Westbrook?
I was like Michael Westbrook and like was a running back.
He's the running back.
Ah, dang it!
I gotta do that again. I
Yeah,
gotta do
We can do the whole thing again?
whole thing. Do it
Yes,
again.
whole thing.
Whole thing. Wow, that was the reason. Now the whole
It's Russell Westbrook is the point guard shooter.
Okay, that's what I don't do basketball at all.
Yeah.
I could name 5 football, basketball players. Let them play.
I don't know how I didn't get defensive players. Like, I played defense. Yeah.
I could name 20 now.
Right. Oh.
Okay. So let's
I'm blank.
let's just do what the score has been a production of again. That way. What are you officially, Eric? What would you like to be called?
I don't have to do anything.
Our executive producer of all things video has been
Media?
our executive media
What about
producer.
media?
Our media producer,
Yeah.
not to be confused with our social because he just keeps to himself. Our media producer.
Just
Do
our
we
media.
want people clapping throughout this as opposed to stopping and starting again?
I have it written in there for clapping, but we don't have to.
It might just sound
You want to just wait to the
empty
end?
if we're doing that whole big thing of our social media staff with like 60 people and no sound behind you. So
Our social media staff has been composed of blah blah blah
And
blah
it's
blah blah.
right now.
yeah.
Well, actually, wait till and and then I'll say our social media producer has been Erica Hill. So we'll do all the social media people. Clump, clap, 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 clap. Our media
Sure,
producer has been
sure.
Eric. Eric Condi as I burp and throw up all over my iPad. Clap, clap, clap.
Oh,
It was being composed from Danny Havenstein. Yay!
He's a lead.
He's a lead.
I think I'll just roll through though, Danny and Liz and Dad and Corey.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll clapping it after that.
Mhm.
Because otherwise, it's like name, clap, name, clap, name, clap. Let's just.
What about just continuous clap?
That's more
Like,
right.
what about
Our sound producer.
What about
technician.
what about continuous clapping throughout the entire
If they want to continue to clap the entire time, that's fine.
Can you do other music underneath it all and then hit the theme at the very end of it?
Let me
Enter
see if I
Laura
can
theme.
find
Yeah.
something that's-
You know, just something to play in the
Play that
background.
commercial
while he's-
13 again, because that's my favorite
And
sound.
then as he wraps it up, then you can switch to the other one, maybe. See if it works. Sound engineer.
Our sound engineer. I don't even have this written down, so we're gonna see.
Yep, you're safe. Just go through a little bit of what you're
Our
saying.
social media staff is composed of Emily Heffler, Hope Reister, Christian Gill, and Emily Reister. Our social media producer is Erica Hill.
We're clapping about all that.
It's gonna be like, is it gonna be like low clap or are we like?
I think-
are we like-
Figure out how many are there?
I think
I'm gonna go to a theater production and everybody bows. It's like, all right, yeah, it's great. Get off the stage.
I don't care about the
This is the song that we use for our morning church announcements. It plays like over a video.
Alright.
And I was just like, yeah. This is like, we just stop.
We're gonna do this.
Our church has a sweet sound system, so
Right.
it's just like.
We don't need the clapping throughout the entire thing.
Right.
Do we want to just continue the clapping at each break?
I mean, it is cued accordingly. I have clapping.
At the break.
Oh, and
Let's just
why don't we just do it with this music running and
then the clapping where it says to.
Yeah.
And then we can adjust from there.
there you go.
Sure. Whatever you said.
Cue us when to clap.
Yeah, just we're gonna clap when it says to clap, Baxter.
Clap when it
That
says
was-
to clap. I like it.
All right, so somebody else cue to clap them, and you guys want me to clap.
I don't know.
I don't have anything for it.
Do we need them on for every?
Nope.
No.
Shut them down.
Let's go. Go ahead.
Hit the jam.
Where are we going from?
From What's the Score has been a production of. I'm
Okay.
gonna see if I don't forget everybody. No, not that I didn't write any of that down.
All right, ready?
Sure. What's the Score has been the production of the Sports Quotient and Sports Radio America. Thanks to our contestants and studio audience here at the BLC Studios. Our panelists this week have been Ken Williams, Andrew Flegel, and Connor Christensen. Our social media staff is composed of Emily Heffler, Hope Reister, Christian Gill, Emily Reister, and our social media producer is Erica Hill. Our theme was composed by Danny Hoffenstein. Our executive director is Liz Colburn. Our show producer and sound technician was Kurt Colburn, and our executive producer is Corey Plath. And our media producer, because I don't know how to read, is Eric Condio. Let's do it again. Yeah, Eric.
Don't leave out Eric.
See, I screwed you up with my title, sorry.
You want me to write that in there?
Sound engineer, that's all you gotta remember.
Sure.
Get rid of the other ones. I don't produce anything, all I do is engineer. Oh, I do. That's called sound engineer.
I'm gonna.
Our song that
When
we
you're
use for going out is the video for the morning announcements at
Yep.
Crossway.
Oh, yeah.
What title did we give to Eric?
Our media producer.
Media producer. Okay.
I know. The first time I heard it, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, so I called Jay. I was like, "I need that song." Okay, so he sent it to me. I'm like,
You got that from?
Yep, I did.
Perfect. Sound engineer or sound technician?
executive sound engineer.
Do you want the show producer on there?
Who's the gap? Who has
Don't need
the
a show
gap?
producer
Or not
on
the gap?
someone
Yeah.
Like I did last
What are all the the stupid little sound tech guys? Like boom operator,
Josh, you done?
Yep.
Listing a laundry list of people.
Okay, dude.
Sorry, Captain Jack. Our studio cats have been Captain Jack and Boom.
Please
We put the meow and what's the score?
Right.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Okay.
So it's actually right down here.
Is to
Can you get rid of
was-
Gabby Van Beater, please? No, literally, because that'd be sad.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's a little rude.
So that was.
Apparently, your dad was deceased when you wrote this.
It's still
because
there.
He went to
No,
is
it's
the
not.
was.
I took it out.
No, you didn't.
It's not there on my screen.
It's there on my screen. There it is. Now it's gone.
Mhm.
And then suddenly my iPad was like, oh, sorry. Good. All right. Sure, let's do it.
Well,
What's the Score has been a production of the Sports Quotient and Sports Radio America. Thanks to our contestants and studio audience here at the BLC Studios. Our panelists this week have been Ken Williams, Andrew Flagel, and Connor Christensen. Our social media staff is composed of Emily Heffler, Hope Reister, Christian Gill, and Emily Reister. Our social media producer is Ben Erica Hill. Our theme was composed by Danny Hoffenstein. Our media producer is Eric Condia, and our executive director is Liz Colburn. Our sound engineer is Kurt Colburn. Our executive producer is Corey Plath.
I've been your game master, Josh Scheibe.
And I've been your host, Baxter Colburn. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time on What's the Score? Great song.
I really couldn't think of a way to.
That's fine. And then I'll just stop.
You can crossfade that.
Before you keep your headsets on.